Hello, once again, folks, and welcome to another episode of I Ruined It, the art series where I take some of your favorite childhood things and I ruin them. Today's episode, we're going to be taking a character that the internet's already kind of had its thumb in ruining Sonic the Hedgehog. So, I suppose without further ado, let's see how it goes. Alright, so, God, what really is there to say? I've been meaning to do Sonic for a little while now, but I figured, given the history of Sonic kind of liking to eat, I would make a chubby chili cheese dog Sonic taking a nap in a tree. Like I mentioned in the intro, I went into this with one massive thought in mind. How do I ruin something that's already been so thoroughly soiled by its fan base? And I kind of just came to the thought of best way to ruin it is to take something that some pretty hardcore fans of Sonic like and try to do something a little wholesome with it. So that being said, if you are relatively offended by the copious amounts of R34 Sonic let's say enlarging, this video is probably not for you. And right now is probably the best time to click off if that's the case, while I'm sitting here kind of just trying to get this leg shape sorted out. Not because it's inherently graphic or anything like that, just trust and believe, I understand. It's not for everybody. It's not even for me. I just figured, you eat that many chili dogs, you're probably gonna have a bit of a belly on you. And since this is cartoon character boy, we can get a little extra spicy with it and be a little excessive, if you will. But that being said, I wanted to make sure to incorporate some kind of chili dog or hot dog or whatever. So we have Sonic's one hand down there, just kind of nestling a dog as if he fell asleep before he could get the other one to his mouth. We're working on the shoe right now, getting that little side buckle with the strap that goes over top of it, giving him the sole, going through and making a decision. And I decided I wanted Sonic to have fallen asleep, trying to help his tummy feel a little bit better from eating so many hot dogs. At this stage, I had been thinking that maybe I wanted to make like the edges of his mouth look dirty or something like that, but I ultimately, as you'll end up seeing, decided against it. I don't know, it felt like it was just already kind of busy, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about in a moment. So we just figure, like, if this were from an episode of Sonic X, which interestingly enough is where my reference image is from, this would have been post-commercial, like, Sonic already did the whole I'm eating, I'm messy type of thing, and after the commercial, this is him taking a nap before some big thing happens. Now, I will mention, when it comes to this color choice here, there is a little debate as to what Sonic's eyes look like when they're closed, weirdly enough. Kind of just depending on the media that you have seen him from. Most media, though, is like blue eyelids. Um, some of the older Sonic comics kind of just took the iris and pupil, and that was the eye. So he would wink, and it would be him winking that iris shape, and that seemed a little ridiculous. So that left us with the traditional Sonic the Hedgehog blue. But now I'm going through and I'm starting to add some of that red for like the inside of the mouth and shoes before going through and painting that kind of gold for that buckle that's on the side there. Now this next part is going to be a little bit out of order as to how I'm doing it. I wanted to try to get as much of the, funny enough, white painted in as possible, and then I realized it's a little difficult to paint white on white in a digital media. So I went through and I did what is supposed to be the leafy background first. Got most of the white going. Then eventually I decided to do a little cleanup here before going through, adding the white for that highlight on the nose, and then you have some more. And then, is this where I do it? Yeah, this is where I do it. The brown for the tree trunk and the branch itself. I really should have done this just first rather than wasting all the time trying to like go through blindly with the white, but I digress. Not everything is smooth and fluid all the time, so take what we can. But that all done, we go through, we get our white, we do some cleanup, then we move through to doing some detail. I really wanted to show this one some extra special love because I don't know, I wasn't like a massive Sonic the Hedgehog fan when I was a kid, and honestly I'm still not really huge to this day, but yeah, you guys, if you followed any of my other videos, know that I'm kind of just a big old art nerd, and I like character design, and I love it when there's passion in a fandom, whether it's sometimes negative, but mostly positive. And yeah, primarily I still remember one of my first ever Sonic the Hedgehog games I played was one of those Game Boy Advance Sonic Advance cartridges, and life of me, swear it, I could never get past the first area. I think I could, yeah, I just couldn't get past the Robotnik Eggman boss, so I don't know, it was a different time. I wasn't great at games. I kind of fell off from the Sonic franchise. Might give it a better chance, but honestly, I've been a bigger fan of Sonic the Hedgehog in the form of the comics and in the form of the mixed medias. So like the TV show, Sonic X specifically. I haven't gotten around to watching Sonic Boom. Even the redesigns that they did for Boom, I didn't hate them. I thought it was a little weird in certain aspects, like the reverse candy corn Knuckles was a little out there for me. But overall, not too bad. Just because I've kind of made it an obligation at this point, we're going through and doing the color block shading. So here you go, folks. That wonderful thing I do where I mask off the area, blacken pretty much everything out, and then then I just drop the opacity and blur the edges. Really, I don't know if there's much else that I have to add on the art side. Just, I'm glad I went through and did this because, like I mentioned, I wasn't a Sonic gamer. I was a Sonic TV show and comic fan, and because of drawing Sonic from the comics, it helped me build connections with friends growing up. And yeah, there's just something really nice about that. He was a weirdly influential part of my life. Thank you to Sega and Sonic team for the multiple decades of such an iconic character. But otherwise, folks, with that, that's going to do it for this week's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to keep up to date on future videos, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. Otherwise, leave a comment if there's something you want to see. Bye.